All right, guys, this is Mobile Gamer Nerd, and we're back with another Raid Shadow Legends free-to-play mystery shard only run champion spotlight. Yes, today is Mr. Muckstalker. He was one of the heroes that everybody really wanted to see. I really wish I had a lot to kind of go over with him. He's pretty much a one-trick pony. He's good for putting things to sleep, and that's about it. You can farm him in the campaign. I forgot which level. We can look, but you can farm him up in campaign, and you can get him some stuff. Now, what does he do, and why does everyone like him, and all of a sudden, why did he gain so much value? Well, let's find out. I know why, and we can tell you why. Whether you use him or not, I leave to you. All right, so his A1. He has a 30% chance of placing block buffs, debuff for 2 turns. Pretty helpful. I mean, good against a Valkyrie if you're trying to get rid of, stop one from doing something. Other than that, I don't think it really helps out too much, but hey, it's something, right? Attacks one enemy and places a sleep debuff for 2 turns if the target has no active buffs. And fun story, it is on a 2-turn cooldown once you get it maxed. So that's good. It means he can constantly put somebody to sleep. So there you go. That's fun. And then he has a 15% continuous heal buff on this champion for 2 turns if incoming damage exceeds 20% HP in one attack. I mean, it's good. I mean, if you think about it, if you're taking 20% HP in an attack and then you have a 15% heal, it basically means that eventually you will die unless they do a buff or something like that. If it's like if they do attacks that do 20% damage every round, you're gonna die eventually. It just means that it'll take a lot longer because you're getting 15% of your HP back. So basically every round you would lose 5%. See what I mean? So it's good. If he has a regen set, maybe it's a little better. Obviously then he can heal up the extra 5 and then he wouldn't die, but that's just if you're taking that kind of damage. All right, so what did we do? We basically put him in a perception set and a little bit of a AoE damage reduction just because it's what I had, honestly. He needs a lot of accuracy to make sure he lands that sleep. That's a big deal. So we do have him in a crit rate glove. We have him in an HP chest. We have him in a speed boot. We have him in HP ring, defense on his amulet, and he's got accuracy on his banner. Now, the reason being is that his damage is based on attack and HP. So, as you can see, so that's why we did what we did. His masteries, what did we do? We went down his offense tree, down to War Master. Obviously, he's a single attack hero, so that's really all he needs. You could put him in defense if all you care about is to sleep. That's up to you. We want him to do a little bit of damage because we are using him in Faction Wars as well. Support, we went down the basic accuracy tree. I think I messed up here. Yeah, chance of placing any debuff from skills or artifacts. It will not increase the chance of placing stun or sleep. So basically, this is useless except for the block buffs, right? Does it do? Yeah, it does block buffs. So basically, it gives him a better chance of landing the block buff. So I ain't totally mad at it, but you could just do, whatever, increase speed if somebody's dead, just in case. I mean, that's up to you. Most scenarios where I would use him, I wouldn't want him to die or anyone else around him to die. So it just depends on what team you're using. If you have Broadmaw, then that's a pretty good skill, I guess, because you could sleep somebody while Broadmaw takes his time to get somebody back up. All right, so there you go. Total stats on him right this second are 56,000 HP, 2,322 attack. He's got 1990 defense, 199 speed, so he's just below that 200 mark. We could probably just give him a what is that? A glyph and get him to 200. 97% crit rate, so he's almost always going to crit. 120 crit damage. We've got 171 resistance and 280 accuracy. So that's where we're at right now on Mr. Muckstalker, and we're going to see how he acts and what he does. Let's check him out. So we're going to show you. I mean, I'm going to bring him into the arena. I don't think this is a place that I would really consider him. It's interesting at best. Let's see. Is there a team in here that we can kill without worrying about Muckstalker being a jerkbag? This is a lot of speed teams. I don't know if I would really use him on any of these teams. So we're going to refresh again and see if we can find a reasonable team that is, possible. These guys have a speed lead, so they might be faster than us, but whatever. All right, so we're going to take out War Maiden. Not the best option, and I love Fleshmonger. I'm just showing you that. All right, we do have a champion spotlight on him if you want to see him. Where is my boy? We're starting to get too many heroes now. I actually have to look for heroes now. I passed him. Here he is. All right, there we go. We're not going to put this on auto. We're going to see if we can sleep somebody. I want to see if I can put some bad boys to sleep, all right? Who do we want to sleep? We want to sleep this guy over here. So we're going to do a speed up. Hopefully kill everyone with this. Would be nice. They're all dead. Now we're going to... I guess, you know what? There's no point in sleeping this guy, so we're just going to attack him. So there we go. He did, like, what? 11k damage? Nothing crazy. Maybe if... You know what? That might be a good idea, actually. If we're going to use him... Here, let's do this fight. They have speed. Someone like Wukong. So actually, this could be a good option. All right, we actually faster than a lot of teams now. That's crazy. I feel like we're going to kill everybody though before he gets to do anything. Um, so really, this hits I think reasonably hard. Let's see if we can kill her with it. Strangle. So now she's asleep too. She's asleep and frozen. But yeah, maybe for someone like Wukong, I mean, if you bring him in here, that could be an option. You could sleep the damn bastard, and that way, when he won't revive anymore. You just keep attacking everyone else. But that's really in a scenario. I think that would be helpful in a scenario where you're only fighting here like this one. Let's see. Let's check it out. Let's see if it works. I'm assuming this guy has a stone skin. Yep. What a surprise, guys. Totally shocked by it. All right, so what I would do is attack up, and then maybe we can freeze everybody. You know what? We'll steal. It's going to kill him in one hit. Whatever. Or not. There you go. All right, so he's frozen. So now we can just keep attacking him. And then when he unfreezes right now, maybe we could use that as to keep him asleep so that way he doesn't bother us anymore. Because we're just gonna be attacking for no reason here. So we could steal his turn here. Like I would just kill him again if it was me, but we're not gonna do that because we're feared. But we're gonna try sleeping the bastard. So here we go. Let's sleep him. Put him to bed. So he has. Oh, that's right, because it doesn't even work in that scenario. I figured I would try it. See, so that doesn't work in that scenario. If you didn't have a death knight, then yeah, it'd be great. I forgot that it's a one hit attack. So there you go. But yeah, this is a jerk team, by the way. I've beaten them before. I've had another team that did it. I just don't do it with these guys. I obviously wouldn't bring Muckstalker in for that fight. You just keep killing that Wukong until you can get Death Knight down. But yeah, that's basically it. I mean, I don't know any other real reason other than if there's no Death Knight, you could sleep the guy and then he doesn't revive. I mean, there's better ways to do it, like block revive. So I would just bring in Armiger if that was the case. But yeah, no, I don't think he's that great in there. Clan Boss, we wouldn't use him. Doom Tower, I can't imagine anywhere in here that would be specifically useful, other than maybe a Lizard faction room, which I don't think there is one. There might be one. I just don't remember if there was. We have used him in Cursed City. I can't think of any area specifically we used him, but just when we had lizards, I would just bring him in. As far as where we would use him, so dungeons. Now, I don't specifically use him in here that much. Well, actually, I do. I use him to farm this level, stage 3. And I only farm it with this team. It's a bunch of poisoners and Muckstalker, just because he can put him to sleep. And it makes the fight a little easier. But stage 3 is not hard regardless. I could easily just say he's immediately asleep. And this is why a lot of people use him in this fight. It's because he has a 2-turn sleep, so he can constantly put this guy to sleep. Now, I think now that we're looking at it, I feel like Dark Kale would be a better option because I think his poisons don't actually attack when he uses a certain. He has an attack that just places a bunch of poisons. I think. I don't know if it counts as attacks though. Don't quote me on that because I don't know. But say he already put him to sleep twice, and now you can just put up a bunch of debuffs on him while he's asleep. He's a sleepy guy. You know, he gets tired. He worked a lot, and that's basically it. Now, I've seen Muckstalker used in this fight up until 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I've seen him in high end teams. I don't have a team that can really do this fight. I mean, I'm not going to even lie about it. But I've gotten only to stage 6, I think, right? I also don't try. So yeah, we're on stage 6. I don't really try this fight too much. It's not something that's interesting to me. I don't really need to upgrade my gear right now. Nothing that I'm fighting is really requires it. There's way better ways for me to increase my power right now, like getting better gear, than wasting all my time and energy on getting this kind of stuff for my hero. So that's why we don't do it. But I do farm stage 3 when there's a quest. So in that respect, yes. If you're having trouble keeping the boss asleep and maybe he's killing you or something, yes, bring Muckstalker in. He is usable. I would say look up other content creators who use him in this fight in Sand Devil, and you might be able to get a better option. I'm not the best option here because I don't care about this dungeon. People who are really farming this dungeon and doing higher stages might give you a better idea of what heroes to use with Muckstalker, but he can be used in here. I think I've even seen him in teams that are up to stage 25. So don't quote me on it, but like I said, I'm pretty sure I've seen him in there. Obviously, there's better sleepers. I mean, if somebody has a Kymar or something like that, yeah, it might be better, but yeah, Muckstalker is great for this fight because it's a 2-turn cooldown. He's constantly able to use it, all right? Especially if you have one of the masteries where you can keep where maybe you give a cooldown, like the 5% cooldown, you might get a cooldown on it, and then you get it for every other turn. So it does happen. Just know. All right, so where else do we use him? Let's get out of here. Well, guess what? The only other place, and luckily enough, it happens to be open, is Faction Wars. Now, we are pushing now stage 19 here. I don't think we're going to be able to beat this fight. I think this was a really tough fight. So we're not going to go in there right this second. I do have a full 60 team, but I need somebody who does more damage, I think, or removes stuff. Maybe someone who can remove buffs. So we're going to go into stage maybe 15 just to kind of show them off and see what we can do here. I'm going to leave it on auto just because I don't really care that much. I mean, we'll see. They shouldn't. It doesn't matter. We already 3-started, but you'll see. Like this team works pretty well now that we have. What's his name? I forgot his name. Raisin. So we have Raisin now, but I actually would use Muckstalker and I would use Broadmaw to basically freeze, like right here where this crap's going on, where there's it's got to be planned. See how he froze him? So now when he wakes up, you could use him to sleep. You could sleep this guy and freeze one of them. Okay, and that way they come up and it doesn't really matter. So they'll sit here, be unkillable for a while. Now he's frozen. When he gets his turn, he's just gonna go poof, and then that's it. You kill him. See, like that. Great way to get through that part of the fight if you're having trouble with it, because a lot of people, at least myself, have had trouble with those kinds of guys because they'll kill somebody in the first round. So if you don't have a reviver, that could be a bit of an issue. And Muckstalker fixes that problem if you don't have Broadmaw or anyone who could freeze stun, anything like that stuff. So basically, you just use Muckstalker, put the guy to sleep, and don't attack that one. So that way, you're only getting hit by one if you're really, having trouble with this faction crypt. But actually this was a really good choice as far as which level to choose for this. But yeah, Muckstalker is actually really cool for this. Like, I am definitely not regretting building him. He is not a bad hero in any way. He's just very specific, and he's really good at helping you get through really hard fights where you have heroes that can toggle which enemies are frozen or stunned or slept, and you don't have a lot of AoE attacks, because that's the only downside to sleep, is that if somebody hits the guy, they wake the frick up. All right. So, yeah, stun is obviously better. Freeze is obviously better. Sleep is a very niche kind of thing, but if it's all you've got and you have single target heroes, then it's a great idea. There you go. So look at that. Stage 15, done, 3-star on auto. We don't even have to worry about it. Muckstalker and Bogwalker, my two favorites. Well, Bogwalker is. And then we got Raisin now, and we've got Jizzo, which everyone gets, and we've got Broadmaw, who pretty much anyone can frickin' fuse. You'll probably pull him because he's a tool, and Raid likes to give you heroes that you can fuse when you summon. So you probably have Broadmaw already. But yeah, that's where he's good for. So that's basically what we use him for. I mean, he's very simplistic in his uses. He doesn't really have like a giant, like he's not very useful, but when he is useful, he's very useful. You know what I mean? It's just one of those things. And in the city, I definitely have used him a few times. He's great for stopping people like Valkyrie. He's great for stopping heroes like that girl who like takes all the debuffs off everyone and revives them. He's great for sleeping any one hero that's just being a jerk in any content that you are having trouble with. Would I bring him into a full round of Valkyries? No, because he can only sleep one of them. I would bring someone else like, your Carl who can freeze everybody, or someone who can stun in a stun set. Like you could bring in what's her face that we have in a stun set now. Not Frozen Banshee. What the heck's her name? Where's my girl? Where is Diabolist? Like she's in a stun set now, so she's a little bit more useful for waves because she can stun the whole thing. So yeah, something like that might be a little more useful. But otherwise, Muckstalker's not a bad hero, and I can't really say anything bad about him. I can't say he's the worst hero out there, and I can't say he's the best. He's good at what he does. He sleeps things, and that's it. If you need one target slept, I mean, even in a boss fight on Faction Wars, he can sleep one of the ads every 2 rounds, and then just don't attack that ad. Keep your heroes focused on one of the ads, kill the ad, and then he can sleep that one, just so you only have to deal with the boss and one fight. So there's plenty of things that he's good at. He's definitely helpful if you don't have anyone else who can do those things, right? So if you guys have any questions, things you want to talk about, if you have a way that you use Muckstalker or a specific build that may be in Sand Devil, because like I said, I don't really do it that much, so I leave it to you guys to kind of discuss that in the comments and let everybody else know how you use Muckstalker, and if it's a good tactic, then hey, maybe somebody will be able to beat some Sand Devil because of your wonderful information, and that's great, right? And as always, like, share, subscribe. It's great for growing the channel. We're getting up there. We're pushing towards 1,500. It's getting spicy. This lizard, I'm hoping this lizard will get us there. Maybe everyone will see this and be like, I want to watch Muckstalker smack people in the head and suck in arena. All right. So if that's it for today, this is Muckstalker, and yeah, you guys take care.